There we go. So this is our meeting before the lunch. Lunch day is only 2 days away. I'm like, I can't believe it. I
Oh,
can't. I know. I can't believe it's actually October. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, how did we get to October? Then we just Christmas was like 2 months ago, right? you know.
right. We just had New Year's and we were all just talking about what our goals were for 2019. And we're like, wait a minute, 2019 is almost over now.
Exactly. And that's like, oh, gotta literally finish it and then start thinking about 2020. I'm not there
Right.
yet.
Right.
Oh, but I think someone just joined.
Maybe. I see 3 participants still. I just see me and you and Holly.
Okay, Holly, it's saying that you asked me to get in again. Are you connected on two different devices, maybe? I'm not sure. All right.
Sorry about that.
Two of you. And that's totally fine. So updates first, just to kind of give you a sense of where we are right now. So all the files for the ebook and the paperback have been uploaded and approved on Amazon. The ebook, goes live on the 10th at midnight. So when we wake up on the 10th, it should be live. Dipangas, well, most of us are US, and then I think Karina is the only one who's in Canada, but we're the same time zone, so she should be pretty much the same as we, well, for us. And people who pre-order the book, the ebook, will then get a notification that it's ready for download. Or I think it even downloads automatically on the devices. I'm not quite sure on that. I have to double check. But either way, they're going to get it on the 10th. Initially, the overall update, initially we're only listed for 2 categories because that's all, like when you're setting up your book on KDP, the Kindle Direct, whatever it stands for, publishing. That's the only options you have, is to select 2 categories. But many people don't know, if you call Amazon, that you can actually request up to 10 categories for your book. So that's what I did. I called, and right now most of them are under psychology and self-help, but it goes from emotions, depression, anxiety, personal transformation, trying to think of trauma, PTSD, mental health, and just general mental health. We have general self-care, self-help. I can't remember where the other ones were. That's about maybe 6 or 7 of them I mentioned, but we're up to 10 total. So that helps us, not only helps people like find a book even easier. Someone can be searching, any book in that one of those categories, and then a book will pop up. But also it gives us 10 chances of hitting the Amazon bestseller list, because now we're competing against 10 different categories. And then also I got everyone videos. They're all been received and will all be uploaded on launch day. So like I explained before, launch day will be like, I'll go live at 10. I don't know if I mentioned that. So we're not scheduled from 10 to 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. just because I just love playing with numbers. So it's October 10th, and we're going to be doing from 10 to 10. So there's nothing fancy about it. We're just yeah, one of the things I love to do. So so at 10 o'clock a.m., I'll go live, kind of explain what the book is about, why I wanted to do this, and then give people kind of a sense of what to expect, the next 12 hours. And then every half hour, I'll be posting, we'll schedule all of these, but I'll be posting your bio and then your video. So your video goes along with your bio. And then for any of you who sent me things that you wanted to share, most of you just said we just to post it on the event page so everybody has access to it. So we won't be doing any kind of raffle thing at all. It'll just be like, if this is what you're working on, this is what, you want the readers to be aware of, or, extra gift that you're giving them. We'll just post it. So let's say if I post, if I post Karima's bio and video, then her offer, I think she was offering like a free coaching session, will be posted after her little video and intro. So in the sense, like, the half hour where your stuff, your video and bios are being posted, it's kind of your half hour. So if you have any things that you send to me, it's going to be posted within the half hour. It just depends on how many you send me. If you only send me one, then maybe I'll do it like 15 minutes after we share your video. If it's like, send me 3 different things, maybe we'll do it like every 10 minutes after, so that, or maybe even 8 minutes after, so that it's going to spread out a little bit. So that's kind of what the day will look like. And then, so I'll go live at 10 a.m. I'll also go live again, probably around 5, and then go live 5 p.m. And then go live again at 9:30 p.m. Just gonna close up the day. And so in the beginning, you just tell people what we're doing, why we did this, and what to expect for the day. The one in the evening will be just going to give people an update, like where we are, maybe ranking, or just, check in and just kind of, tell people we're still here. And then the one at the end is to thank people for being part of the, this launch and celebrating with us, and also let them know that we have another book in the series that we're working on. That's kind of how we're going to close up the day. So that's kind of where we are now. So now I want to talk a little bit about the ebook pricing. So right now, it's the pre-order is for $292.99, I think, because that was like the lowest we could go with the settings that we had under like the book itself in the back end. In order for Amazon to let us do the book, give it for free, like I had initially intended, the only way for them to do it let us post it for free on any given day, the book have to at least have been live for 72 hours. Meaning, like, if we wanted this to be, free on the 10th, then the book, I should have set the book live as of the 7th, like yesterday. Because we didn't plan it that way, and because I didn't know that I didn't even know that information that was required to be done that way. So we're kind of stuck. We won't be able to offer for free because of that main reason. But if we change the settings, if I change the settings in the back end, we can put it as lower as 99 cents. You kind of change just how the royalty stuff and all that good stuff. But what happens when we put at 99 cents, we have to give Amazon permission to take most of that, which is fine, because right now I wanted to offer that book free on launch day anyway, so it's not a money thing. I'm just sharing with you, for transparency, so you kind of know what's happened. So you're like, oh, so it's going to be free and that's 99 cents. Like, what happened, right? I like things to be open and for all of us to be on the same page. So that's what's happening with the price. So if you see it for 99 cents on launch day, that's why. It's because, the book was not live for more than 72 hours, so we cannot offer it for free. We can offer free later, but now, well, not on the 10th. So the 10th, the lowest we can go will be 99 cents, and that's what we're going to set it up for. The other thing is, again, keep promoting your graphics, the event page, any post from my business page. If it's easy to just kind of share what I'm posting, that's fine as well. But keep sharing, because it's possible to even hit the bestseller list even before launch day. I've seen it done before, and we can work on that as well. And that's one of the ways that actually lessens the stress, if you want, of launch day. If you already hit the bestseller list, like, you're just kind of having fun and enjoying it. But if we're like, working so hard, like, it might be like Shawnee and I, like, working so hard on that day to make sure that we hit bestseller list, it adds a lot of pressure, and both of us, like Shawnee, I know she blocked like a whole day just to be able to help with the launch. I have a couple clients to see that day that I didn't even know that I had. Initially, I had to reschedule because of other things that happened in my own life. And then I have 2 doctor's appointments. One is actually a procedure that minor procedure I have to do. So that day already, it's like not shaping up to be the way I wanted it. So I won't, as much I'm going to go live, like I mentioned, and then pop in the page as often as I can. I'm not free all day long. So it takes also that alone takes away that time and that I had planned to do more of the things that I wanted to do for launch day. So with that in mind, if all of us are, again, this is a group effort, if all of us are working on sharing, even if I'm not, there in the group, on the event page, like every minute, you can share everything that's being posted there. I encourage you to go on the launch date on the event page and like what's being posted. If you invited people to the page, which I hope you did, because all of us have up to 500 people. Like, that's the max that Facebook will let you invite people. And I reached my limit, and I think so did Kathy. So for anybody else, just imagine if all of us invited 500 people. We'll have a lot of people on that page on the launch day. But as you're inviting people, as they're, accepting your invite and joining the event, go there and say hi, welcome them, thank them for being, for celebrating with us. And then as we're posting things, like, everybody, people's bios, the more engagement we get on the event page, the more Facebook shows it to people, even people who did not, maybe who are not following the event. But it's just, that's how all, the back end, how things work. So the more buzz we create, the more, people see it, because it's a public event anyway, so anybody can see it, but people won't be, looking at it unless we're creating enough buzz that, in the back end, it makes us, it just increases the visibility of the event. As you're sharing, again, use the hashtags, made for more, rising above your circumstances, World Mental Health Day. That will be the whole thing. I'll be, when I go live at 10 o'clock on the 10th, I'm going to just focus mostly on that this is World Mental Health Day, and this is how we chose to celebrate, by sharing our stories and sharing hope and inspiring others to not give up. So that's about the launch day. So after the launch day, after we launch the book, now for like what the prices will be afterwards, so you're just gonna get a sense. The ebook right now, I'm thinking by $9.95, and then the print copy will be $14.95. Amazon usually keeps 70% of the proceeds. And then, like I said before, in the previous documents that, I sent, like in the beginning of the project, like, the 30%, I guess, that will be coming from the book will go into not only covering the cost for this book, but also hopefully funding in part of the second book, the next book in the series. And I know I had someone, I'm not mentioning name, but I think it was a valid question, because if you have not done this before, like collaborating in books, in Brooks project, you might not be aware of this, but often it's really, 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 really rare to see where to do a book collaboration project for free. I have paid personally up to $200 to be part of a book project where I only did one chapter. And I've also, even that was because that's the limit that I set for myself. But I had people reach out to me with book collaboration project for like $500, $800. There was even one that was $1,200. I'm like, I'm not, I'm not doing that. But I knew that, it goes into the promotion of the book and all the other things that we're doing, so I get it. Like, being on the over end of it, I know it takes money to make a book and to do it well. And so although this book was free, participation was free, because I wanted to do it like that. I wanted to make sure that money didn't get in the way of people sharing their stories. And I took the full responsibility of, I guess, taking on the weight of the expense on Grace and Hope Consulting, so that, this project can go out and get done. And then after that, the business will figure out, how to take care of it. But just so you know, for people who had asked the question, it's like, why this and that is happening. Well, that's why. If I had charged for the book, to be part of it, we could have, then it would have covered all the costs probably, and then would have figured out, how to do all the dividend and all that. And I also been part of a book project where even after I paid the $200, I didn't have any royalties to the book. The only way was actually to buy book wholesale and then sell it later. That's how you made money from the book. And to be honest, like, for those of us who have accounts on Amazon, we're publishing books on Amazon. I was even sharing that, I think it was Kathy in the Nova group, that I barely make any money on Amazon. Some people do, but I don't. The way I make money from my books is when I sell it at live events. Like, if I'm speaking somewhere, I'm holding a table somewhere, when I sell my books, that's where I get the money from. And even like when the book is $14.95 on Amazon, you are barely making $5. It might be like $4.99 or $4.97 that you're making out of that book. Just to give you a sense of, how it works. So don't think that because the book is $14.95 that she was getting $14.95 out of this book. No. And then at this point, like I said, and people who've been part of the book, know that there's still bills that Grace and Hope Consulting has not paid that's related to the project. So that's in just the money side. And then, so for buying your copies, for those of you people have been asking, okay, how, I want to buy copies wholesale and sell it, you have events coming up. The paperback will go live on the 11th. And the reason for that, although all the files are already uploaded, The reason for that is that if we do the ebook and the print go live at the same time, it messes up our it doesn't mess up, but it becomes even harder um, to get on the Amazon bestseller list, because and then our ebook and or print book will be competing against each other. Amazon will not count that as one sale. It will count the ebook as in one list, and the paperback are also competing on a different list. So the best way to do that is to only launch the ebook and then make as much noise as we can on the ebook, so that the ebook gets as much chances as possible to hit those lists, and then after that launch the paperback. So so then for buying the paperback, like I said, if it's going live on the 11th, I can get orders anytime from now into then, or even later, that's fine. But starting 11, and then I can go in the system, probably in the afternoon, once hopefully it's updated, go in the system and then order your books and have it ship it to you. So the books online, like I said, the print will be $14.95. But for you to buy wholesale, if you want to buy 5 books, it'll be $45. That's including shipping. So once somebody's buying the book online on Amazon at $14.95, they are not, they have to pay shipping on top of that, unless they have Prime. So so if you're buying 5 books, you get at $45. That's including shipping. If you get, like, let's say 10 books, it's $90 including shipping. So for every 5 books you're buying, it's $45. So if you need 10, 15, 20, you just kind of multiply from there. Like I said, for you, it includes all the shipping already. So then I order them, get them shipped straight to you. You get it, as quickly as Amazon sends it. And then you can sell it then for the $15. So if you're buying it for $9 and you're selling it for $15, so you're getting like the $6 there. And I also had friends, that I did a collaboration project with, where they sold the book for $3, $4, $5 more than what it was on Amazon, like at a live event, because they kind of assume, well, if somebody bought it online, they'll pay for shipping for it. So if you're at an event and want to sell the book for 20, honestly, I don't care. You sell it for however you want it. You'll sell it for 18, and that's also up to you, because you can easily justify that, people would have bought it and pay shipping on it. So you're bringing the book to them, you're cutting down the shipping costs for them, and if you want them to reimburse you for that, that's totally fine. So let's say you're buying the book at $9, everything included, shipping included. When you're selling it at 15, you're getting $6, which is still a good, like $1.50 more than what Amazon would pay, would deposit into Grayson Hope Consulting account if somebody bought it from online. So you're even making about the same, or a little, $1.50 more if you want. But you can sell it also up to $18, I think would be reasonable, because you can, include the shipping in it. And for any of you who want to buy the book, want to order the book, you all have my email. So shu@graysonhopeconsulting.com. Email me your mailing address there, how many copies you want. And then for payment, I can do PayPal, I can do Facebook Pay, or Cash App. I think, those 3 will probably be sufficient. So like if you use PayPal and you have, just transfer from your PayPal account to mine, that's fine. You just use that same email, that it will go to my account. If you do Cash App, same thing, just put my email address, it will go, go to my Cash App account. On Facebook, when you're in Facebook Messenger, it's almost as if you were sending me a message, but then at the bottom where it said, like, attach document or attach picture, there is a $sign, I believe. You can click on there, and then it will ask you, if you haven't set it up yet in the past, it will ask you to put like your debit card, to enter your debit card, and then how much money you want to pay, and it takes that out of your card and straight into my account. So whichever way you want to do, that's fine. But once you email me, please let me know which way you used, and also probably which email you used to send it, if it's a different email than which you're emailing me from, so that I know that, the order is made, but the payment was already paid for as well, just to keep, things clear and neat. The other thing, and I'm talking a lot here, I'll give some time for for question here. But the other thing, to kind of finish up here, I hope that this is the beginning of strong, healthy, supportive relationships. We didn't just all get together, work on this project, and just like, turn the page and forget that, all that we did together. So I'm hoping that we can all stay in touch. And individually, one to one, or as a group, that would be great. But please, 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 I really encourage all of us to stay in touch. And what I was thinking is maybe in asking if there any interest in doing even a reunion, or doing, I even thought about doing a mental health summit that actually Shawnee been bugging me about since the beginning of the year. And that's kind of my things for 2020. It's to launch a mental health summit. And so or even just do another call like this after the book, launched, and, after that, it's all done. So if you have any interest in any of those three things, please, 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 let me know, either Facebook or email. Again, like a reunion, if we do something like a reunion, I'm thinking it will probably be somewhere in PA. If it's not like South Central, like, where I am, like in Harrisburg area, maybe around Philly, or probably, here we're probably around Philly would be like close enough for everybody. But I know we have Kathy and Dan who are in Pittsburgh, and Philly will be like 6 hours for them. So maybe Harrisburg will be closer. And then there's how do you call it, airport in Harrisburg for people who will be flying in and all that. So let me know if that's too, complicated and just going to involve more money for people to travel and get together and do something here together. Then maybe doing a mental health summit, which is all online or virtual, will be good. Like, we all get to share expertise. You can all be speakers in the summit, and you can share what you're doing, all the other stuff that you're working on, and just support people that way. But it also gives us a chance to work on another project. And then for the call, it will be something similar like this. If you want to do it again later, just get together, chat, see what people are working on, what they're doing. But I really encourage us to somehow to stay in touch. And those are just, 3 ways that we can keep working together. I think 2 more things. The next book in the series will be on chronic illnesses. So pretty much the same process we just did, like with this book, just a different topic. I know mental health is a chronic illness for most people, but for chronic illness, I'm thinking more what people will call physical health. You and I know that physical and mental health are really integrated, but, we'll let them have this one. So think people who have, health issues that either it was in the past and was kind of chronic, it was hard. So I have friends who maybe had cancer and then now they don't have it anymore, but it was a scary and kind of a long-term condition. And, those are the stories that I'm looking for. And if you want to be part of that, again, let me know. Send me an email, send me a message. I'll add you to the list. Those stories are due December 1st, because that book's going to go out on Rare Disease Day, which I think is February 28th, I believe. So the last thing here is the contract. I did send this in the group. Someone said it was not available, so I have to see what happened. I think I might have still had it open and working on it when I sent it. But the contract is pretty much everything that you guys already knew, everything we already talked about since the beginning. It's literally that Word document that I sent you. I don't really like calling the contract, more just an agreement, saying that from the get-go, we agreed this book's going to be done this way, and you just put in your name and contact info stating that you agreed to this, that I didn't force you to be part of the project, it was voluntary, and you knew what to expect. So that's pretty much what that document is. And I know most of you, or maybe more than half of you here, know me personally and didn't need a contract. But, for people who are new to me, someone, mentioned that this will make them feel safe. And I totally, totally respect that. So all that being said, that's all I had to say. I think that's all I had in my notes. And like before, I will send the notes in the group and also email them to the few people who are not in the messenger group. Now, any questions? I know I talk a lot.
No, I don't think I have any questions. I think you covered everything.
Okay.
I think you did it, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. There's no questions. Is there anything that I should have done differently? Because I am willing to grow and learn as well. So even now, as we're moving into the launch thing, or even now, even the things that I mentioned here, if there's anything you think I should have done differently or tweak a little bit, please, also let me know. And that goes for anybody who's not in the call. You can, email me, message me into suggestion, and because I'm still learning too. So
Everything is a process.
Yep, definitely is.
If you can figure out how to make 36 hours happen in a day as opposed to 24, that would be good, but
I know. That's what I want. I'm like, I want to add an extra 24 hours every week. Like, so instead of having a 2-day weekend, like every week is a 3-day weekend. I like that. But I'm not there yet, Kathy. I have not figured out yet. Oh.
Dang, damn it.
I might have to ask Daniel to build me a time machine. So
Right.
for those of you who don't know who Daniel is my almost 6-year-old. He'll be 6 in December. And he's like a little engineer. He loves taking everything apart. Don't leave a pen in front of him. You will not have a pen when you come back. It literally takes everything up to like the little things inside, all the little nets and cricks, all the things. Yeah, and he'll take them all apart. And he guarantees you that you can put it back together. Well, we haven't got to that part yet. But he's definitely my future engineer. And so every time I can't figure something, I'm like, Daniel, I know one day you'll figure this out for me. And of course, yes, Mom. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they keep life interesting, which is a good thing. Alrighty. Anything else? Because the two of you are on the call right now, anything you think I should have done differently?
This is my first project ever like this, so I'm learning with you.
I guess everything at least comfortable enough that all this is your first time. It sits well with you.
Yeah, I have no complaints.
I have no complaints either. I mean, Shu, you've seen how we've been trying to work through the other books that we're on together, and we've had a lot of ups and downs. I think you've run things very smoothly and you keep everyone informed, and truly I'm learning from you as I'm trying to do my best in leading the other ones. So my only feedback is keep doing what you're doing, my friend, because you are inspiring me and you are truly helping me.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, like it was last night I was telling you, each one help one. We'll all help each other on this.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Well, that's all I had for tonight. I have somebody literally pulling my doorknob right now. So I'm gonna get out. My life is not my own.
Girl, same.
But thank you all again. When I even put this in the note, but honestly, thank you to all of you. Those of you on the call and those who will be getting the replay. Like this project would never have been possible without your participation. I've been part of a lot of collaboration books. Honestly, I think for me this one is my 13th book as an author and a self-published author, and I only started doing this July of last year. So. Out of that, I think I have, 5 books that I wrote on my own. 2 books I wrote on my own. The other one are like journals and a workbook. So that leaves, I can't do math. I don't know, like 8 books that are all collaborations. So out of the 8 collaboration projects I've done, 7 were with other people, and I've seen people run things. Well, some people run it in a very interesting way. Some people were just really, I'm just like, I'm not going to ever work with them again. So I learned through all of that. So for me, it's been exciting to be able to do a collaboration project, of my own, like being the one leading it and seeing that everybody is, feel heard and respected and supported, and we'll all kind of have that same voice. That for me, it's like it makes for a good project. I want all of us to hit the Amazon bestseller list because I know it's important to a lot of people in the group, but also even if we don't hit that, I want us to do that, but even if we don't hit that, I think this was a success just to how we worked well together. And now it's going to be out there for people, stories will be out there for others to find hope as well. And it's just that fills my heart, and that in itself for me, it's like we nailed it right there. So
that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
For that one person that picks up the book, even if just one person picks it up that day and says, I'm not alone and somebody understands and there's nothing wrong with me and it's okay not to be okay, then we all did what we needed to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why even when I called Amazon for the categories, I said, I want to make sure that we're listed under the suicide books. Although a book does not tell people how to prevent suicide, like it's not a how-to book for that, but it's inspirational and motivational enough that it helps gives people hope so that they don't die by suicide.
Right.
So, and they were really gracious, and they just pretty much did what I said. I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was that boxy, but this is working. So yeah, so hopefully, like you said, you said it, Kathy. Even just one person, I think we did it. We did
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, you have all of you get some rest, myself included, and then
Yes.
we'll all be dancing on the 10th. So please, like I said, I know everybody have busy lives, but make sure that you're on that page on the 10th, sharing,
Yes.
liking, welcoming, inviting. And if you haven't sent this, like, your email list, friends, neighbors, friends, people in your neighborhood, people at church, people, most of us go to doctor's offices, like, you say, hey, I'm working on this book with some friends of mine. And people like, I even went to a job interview, and I talked about this book. People were like, wow, when is it coming out? So keep sharing everywhere you go, even after the launch is over, because I think we work this so that we can give hope to people. And mental health is slowly becoming the number one, like, epidemic here worldwide, and it's sad. It's sad. So people need this book. All right, I can talk
Right.
all night. I better get moving before my doorknob comes off, literally. Oh, all right. Love you all. And again, thank you so much. So I will see you all, in on Facebook on the event page. And then if you want to get back to me about all these questions, your book order, if you want to write the next book with us, if you want to be part of the summit or just a phone call later, let me know. Either one, that would be great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, ladies.
You
You
too.
too. All right. Bye.
Bye.